Welcome back to BetterAvecbourbon. Today we'll be making 2 Green Chartreuse based cocktails, The Last Word, a green equal parts cocktail, and the lesser known Green Eyes cocktail, sometimes called Green Eyes No. 2, which has similar base ingredients with a twist that leads to a frothy texture. Both will take the quintessential Last Word garnish, maraschino cherries, so things may get a little sticky. For ingredients, you'll need an Old Tom gin or something related to the bathtub gin. I've opted for London Dry, as the next ingredient, Green Chartreuse, tends to do most of the talking. Green Chartreuse is said to be the oldest liqueur, produced in 1764, and is said to contain 130 herbs, plants, and flowers, and my bottle sits at 110 proof, so it is quite bold. Next, you'll need lime juice, and lastly, you'll need maraschino liqueur, which despite the name is on the drier side. For the green eyes, you'll need the first 3 ingredients, plus 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 simple syrup, depending on your preference, and egg white, as you'll want the texture to be nice and frothy. Green Chartreuse is the best to use, but it can be difficult to track down. Fortunately, there are several alternatives on the market to keep an eye out for. Gather all of your ingredients, and let's get to it. Starting off, grab your bar mat, shaker tin, and go-to jigger, and start by measuring 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. Add it to your tin. Three-quarters of an ounce of green chartreuse. Add it to your tin. 3/4 of an ounce of maraschino liqueur. Add it to your tin. I made a variation for Halloween using Liquor 43 that you can watch here. And lastly, 3/4 of an ounce of gin. Add it to your tin. Add a scoop of ice or add 6 or so cubes of tray ice. Seal it up and shake for 12 seconds. Grab a chilled coupe, do as I say, not as I do, and carefully strain your cocktail. It has a beautiful mint green color. And finally, garnish with a cherry on a skewer at the bottom or the top, or just drop the cherry straight in. And there you have the last word. Moving on, let's make the green eyes cocktail. Get a clean shaker tin and jigger, and start by measuring 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. Add it to your tin. 1/3 of an ounce of rich simple syrup, or 1/2 ounce of regular simple syrup. Add it to your tin. Three-quarters of an ounce of green chartreuse. Add it to your tin. And 1.5 ounces of gin. Add it to your tin. Add 1/3 to 1/2 ounce of egg white. Add it to your tin. Then you can either dry shake without ice first for a minute or so, add ice and shake for another 12 seconds for temperature, or you can add a large cube and shake for a good 30 seconds. Prepare a rocks glass with a scoop of ice in there, as we want this drink to be more refreshing than the last word. Then, as there's egg in this, you'll want to carefully double strain your cocktail to catch any egg bits or ice chips. Bring your maraschino cherries back out and garnish the top with a cherry so you can see it. And there you have the Green Eyes, another aesthetically mint green cocktail. For tasting notes, the last word provides a herbaceous and licorice flavor from the chartreuse, and piney flavor from the gin, which is then balanced by the sweetness of the cherry liqueur and the tartness of the lime. This is one of those must-try cocktails if you see it on a cocktail list, but I warn that Green Chartreuse may require bravery from some. For the Green Eyes, it has a lot of great things going for it that it shares with the last word, but it's frothy, a bit more balanced with the higher gin volume offsetting the herbaceous and licorice flavor from the chartreuse. The dry sweetness from the maraschino liqueur is replaced by rich simple syrup and egg white, and the lime juice combined with it all gives a unique herbal candy flavor. It's a really fun cocktail I think you'll enjoy, and if chartreuse wasn't pricey and hard to get by, I think it'd be a regular rotation for me. Let's move it to the side for a family photo. Both of these drinks capture the imagination with chartreuse as an ingredient. Their names stick out on a menu, and the mint green aesthetic makes them look both approaching and a little dangerous. These are two incredible chartreuse cocktails that I highly recommend you try. Thanks everyone for watching. Do you have a favorite chartreuse cocktail? Is it different from these two? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see more like it, hit that like button, press subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.